but it's not allowed to. You're not allowed to notice them unless you say they're good. So if you say, well, there's many more women in the legal industry now, isn't that wonderful?
Well, that's not what she said, by the way. We're not sure if there's many more. We just know there's a majority. Well, a majority at the lower levels, right?
Yeah. So I would say it's neither good nor bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like good for the people in those positions, but like that as a fact is not good or bad. It's just a fact.
Right.
It would be bad if it was like you said earlier, a vast majority. You know, if 80% of people in that field were women, that probably is an indication that something bad is happening.
Right.
But if it's like 56 to 44, like who fucking cares? That's fine. Like, why are you getting so bent out of shape over more women being in an industry than men? Who cares?
Yep.
Like, I guess the kind of people that really matters to are the kind of people who think of themselves as like, my sex defines who I am, and if my sex doesn't have an advantage in something, then that thing is bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's like there are people who believe their sex is their identity and like they don't have anything else with their identity, right? Like it's just their sex.
Yeah. To me, the fact that I'm a man is kind of coincidental to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care. If I were a woman, then I would be a woman. Like, I don't really care whether I'm a man or a woman.
Right.
Like, it's more just a trait that I have. Like, I have brown hair.
Yeah.
You know? I have brown hair. I'm a man. I have big feet and big hands. Like,
and there's a lot more to your actual identity, right? Like,
yeah, those things aren't part of my identity.
Yeah.
You know,
they're a streamer and
they're
YouTube
traits.
creator and you're a software engineer, you know.
That's my identity. My identity is absolutely software engineer. I identify with that very vehemently.
Well, yeah. But again, that's not your only identity. That's the only thing that is your identity. Your identity covers a lot of things that is you, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like people get so caught up in like they incorporate their sex as part of their identity, and it makes them so against something that is like part of the other identity or like not their identity.
Yeah.
So like someone who, for example, let's say there were a specific profession that, let's say, non-binary people were like 51% of the workforce, the makeup of that industry. I would imagine people like him would be very upset about that.
Yes.
I would not care. I'd actually be like pretty surprised. I'd want to know why, because that would be interesting to me.
I would be curious about that. But, I mean,
because non-binary people are a smaller percentage of the population.
unless it's like drag queens, right? You know, more than 51% of drag queens are non-binary. Then I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true, actually, but
yeah,
it would
probably
make
not
sense.
true. But I wouldn't be surprised to learn that. And I wouldn't want to dive deeper to learn more about that.
Right.
But as far as like caring in the sense that like we need to solve this because it's a problem, no, I wouldn't care in that way.
Right.
Whereas Andrew Klavan, you know, he looks at an industry that is not absolutely dominated by men, and he thinks that's a problem we need to solve. And it's like, there are so many industries that are absolutely dominated by men. Why do you need it to be every single one? Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like, so women have a few industries. Can't you not care about that? Why do you have to have everything? Why does everything have to be dominated by your sex?
Right. I mean, he's not talking about teachers, right? Which are still dominated by by women. But I think there's actually more men going into the field now. But he's not talking about that.
Yeah. I think it would probably be best if almost every industry were just relatively even, and as an average, men didn't dominate more industries and women didn't dominate more industries. They were just kind of split evenly. I think that would be a perfect society, that would be more towards perfect than we have now.
Right.